Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the world of sports betting, specifically how the providers, the sports books, actually make their money.
Right. It seems like this really unpredictable thing from the outside, doesn't it?
Totally. But we've looked into it, and there's definitely a method behind it all. Our goal here is to kind of demystify it, so by the end you'll get why, over time, the house usually comes out ahead.
Exactly. While any single game is up in the air, the financial engine driving sports betting is, well, very deliberately built, and the
Ah,
absolute foundation of that is something called the VIG.
the VIG.
Yeah.
Okay, or sometimes called the
Yeah.
juice,
Right, the
right?
juice.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So break that down. What exactly is the VIG, and how does it actually, turn into profit for these platforms?
Think of it simply as their service fee or commission. A really standard example you see everywhere is odds of a -110 on both sides of a point spread bet, for instance.
Okay, Nugget 110, meaning you bet $110 to win $100.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which side you pick. So imagine a perfect scenario for the bookmaker. They get exactly $110 bet on Team A and exactly $110 bet on Team B.
Okay, so $220 total comes into them.
Right. Now, one side wins, one side loses. They pay out the $100 winnings plus the original $110 stake back to the winners. That's $210 going out.
Ah, I see. So they took in $220, paid out $210. There's a $10 difference.
That's it. That's the VIG in action. Their guaranteed profit, if the betting is balanced. It might sound small, that $10 on $220 wagered.
But multiply that by thousands, millions of bets.
And it becomes enormous. Volume is absolutely key.
Okay, but it can't always be perfectly balanced like that, right? I mean,
Right.
what if way more money comes in on one side? They aren't just, like, crossing their fingers, are they?
Oh, definitely not. That's where the skill of their odds makers comes in, plus some pretty sophisticated algorithms these days.
How does that work?
They adjust the odds in real time. But here's the interesting part. The adjustments aren't just about updating who they think will win. It's often more about managing their financial risk.
So, if too much money piles up on Team A,
They'll make the odds on Team B more attractive, maybe shift the line a bit, to encourage people to bet that side instead. They want to balance their books, balance the action, to lock in that VIG profit, regardless of the actual game outcome.
so prediction is part of it, sure, but a huge chunk is just financial risk management, almost like insurance.
That's a great way to think about it, yeah. Now, another area that's exploded is live betting, or in-play betting.
Right, betting while the game is actually happening. Why is that so big for them? Is it more profitable?
It often is, yes. And a lot of it comes down to, well, human psychology. When you're watching a game live, emotions are high, things change fast.
Yeah, you can get caught up in the moment.
Exactly.
Right.
People might make quicker, maybe more impulsive bets based on a sudden momentum shift, rather than this sort of cooler analysis they might do before the game. These less strategic, perhaps more emotionally driven bets tend to favor the provider over the long run.
Makes sense. It feels more like gambling in that moment. Okay, what about all the sign-up bonuses and promotions? You see them everywhere. Bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets. Sounds amazing. Too good to be true.
Well, they're very clever marketing tools. That bonus bet money isn't usually just cash you can withdraw.
There's a catch.
Almost always. It usually comes with rollover or playthrough requirements, meaning you have to wager the bonus amount, sometimes even your initial deposit plus the bonus, multiple times over before you can actually cash out any winnings derived from it.
So they give you $200 in bets, but you might have to play, say, $1,000 more in total wagers before you can withdraw anything.
Something like that, yeah. It encourages you to keep betting, potentially deposit more of your own money. It's designed to get you engaged and keep you on the platform. It locks you in, basically.
Okay, so it's less free money and more a hook to drive more betting volume. Got it. Now, what about parlays or those really specific bets like player X scores first and team Y wins by 10? The odds are huge, but are they big money makers?
Absolutely huge. Parlays especially. The appeal is obvious, right? Turn a small bet into a massive payout.
Yeah, everyone dreams of hitting that 10-legger.
But the actual probability of winning, say, a multi-leg parlay is incredibly low. Each leg you add drastically cuts the chance of success. While the potential payout is high, the vast, vast majority of these bets lose.
So the sheer number of people placing these losing bets.
Creates a massive profit stream for the providers.
Yeah.
Exotic bets, long shot props, same principle. Low probability for the bettor equals high profitability for the house because of the volume.
So it really does all come back to volume, doesn't it? Small edges, the VIG, slightly less advantageous odds on live bets, the structure of promotions, the low probability parlays, all multiplied by billions of bets.
Precisely. Billions wagered globally. Even tiny percentage margins on each bet add up to staggering revenue figures. The system is fundamentally built for the provider's long-term profit. It's not designed for individuals to consistently win against the
Right.
house.
Doesn't mean you can't win. People obviously do hit bets and have winning streaks.
Of course. Individual wins happen all the time. That's the thrill.
But the underlying structure, the math, is always tilted in their favor over the long haul. Understanding the VIG, the odds management, the psychology of live betting, the strings attached to bonuses, the long odds on parlays, it paints a really clear picture.
It does. It shows it's a carefully constructed business model.
So I guess the final thought for everyone listening is, knowing all this, how does it change your perspective next time you're thinking about placing a bet? Maybe it's just a nudge to, think it through, bet smart, maybe with your head.
And not just pure emotion or chasing a huge payout. Gamble responsibly, understand the mechanics.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks, this was really insightful.
Glad to break it down.